I'm Killer Kyle. Welcome to another episode of Wheels of Fury. And this is Killer Kyle. Welcome to the third episode. I know, this is interesting, isn't it? We're gonna do Survivor Series 2011.
Yeah. 2011 was a very interesting year, a very interesting time. And Survivor Series 2011 definitely was a unique show,
Oh yeah.
to say the least.
Yeah. 2011 was a shit year in the way of losing my grandfather, losing the Macho Man Randy Savage before that,
Yeah.
and so this show was kind of a tribute to the Macho Man in sorts,
In a way, yeah.
but you look at the way the company was going, and 2010 I wasn't paying attention as much, but 2011 wasn't that good either.
Yeah.
I mean, it had its ups and downs, and of course, the summer of punk, as it's been known, and of course, you got the pipe bomb and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But then you have Kevin Nash coming back, and then of course, that didn't pan out too well, and
Yeah.
it was just a fucking shit show.
Yeah. Crazy year.
Sure was, but I mean, you look at what it also brought in, like I said, the summer of punk. You know, unfortunately, Edge retired after this year's WrestleMania,
Yeah.
so that was another downer, you know, but, you know, we'll see what happens when we review the show. Mark Henry as the world champion, and I believe the second African American world champion, because you remember this was the WCW branded title, also the NWA branded title.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it was still a really good show, and as Kyle mentioned earlier, it is actually one of my favorite Survivor Series.
Yes.
So then I thought, what the hell, let's do this one. It's
Yeah.
10 years after the one we just did.
Yes. As much as we talk about how kind of not the greatest year 2011 was, it wasn't completely shit, but like,
No.
it was kind of a weird year. For this to be regarded as like a top Survivor Series by anybody, that's saying something.
Yeah.
Even like top 10 at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah. I can't wait to review this show, though, Matthew.
Yes, we agree with you, Cleo. We agree.
First match is the United States Championship. Dolph Ziggler versus John Morrison.
Yes. They had quite an interesting rivalry. Morrison and Ziggy.
Yeah.
Very one-ups-ish. As far as like, oh, you can do that, so can I. Then, trying to, show off, so to speak. And, John with the parkour background. And
Mm-hmm.
Ziggler with the, amateur wrestling background, if you will, and just very, very good.
Yeah, and I mean, this is coming off of, John Morrison coming in as Johnny Nitro and then teaming up with Joey Mercury, and then Joey is unfortunate relationship with ladders.
Yeah.
And yeah, John Morrison. And it's funny because you look at him and it's like, for me it was a play on Jim Morrison. He had kind of looked like him, sort of, kind of. But he had that parkour style.
Yes.
And you look at Dolph Ziggler, and I mean, here's a guy that comes in as Chavo's caddy
Yes.
in, you know, the Spirit Squad, and you have him come out as Dolph Ziggler. And I mean, as much as I don't like Dolph Ziggler, I can't deny the fact that he is pretty talented.
Oh yeah, without a question. Very, very talented. Man, I mean, he's lasted for as long as he's lasted because of just how good he is and how talented he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he can still go in the ring and have a hell of a match. I mean, when they partnered him with Bobby Roode, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
they were off and running, doing very, very well. Then things just kind of seemed to go a different direction. I don't know why, but they weren't really on TV a whole lot. Then recently they've been kind of feuding with Street Profits and, you know, trying to go for the Raw Tag Team Championships. And so it's like, okay, at least they're, you know, on TV again. I mean, there was some little things here and there, like backstage stuff, but like, they seem to be off TV for quite a while and don't really know why. It just kind of happened.
Yeah. But anyways, Dolph Ziggler retained the title. And yeah, I think this time too he was with Vicky Guerrero.
I believe so, yes.
So
To a match for the Divas Championship. Yes, the Divas Championship. You got the champion Beth Phoenix and Eve Torres.
yeah. I mean, I guess because they're called Divas, we have to give them the Divas Championship. And this is like a year or so removed from the Women's Championship.
Yeah.
Thanks to Lee Cool, that got fizzled out. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, not too many people really enjoyed the Butterfly title.
Seems to be,
I
yeah.
can understand why. I mean, it was almost like a joke. There was no reason for it, and it's kind of like a fifth grader drew it. Or whatever. Just dumb.
Meh.
And you know, the talent that Beth Phoenix and Eve Torres have, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that shouldn't have happened. But, I mean,
Yeah.
they get the Divas Championship, so whatever. But this was a pretty good match.
Yeah.
And Beth Phoenix went over. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And to see these two wrestle, and I know that Eve left early, and, you know, again, my age, so leaving in her early 30s, as it were, I think. And Beth, definitely, I'm not sure why she's not wrestling anymore.
Yeah, really.
But, yeah, just a brick shithouse.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can kind of compare her to China, almost.
Almost.
I mean, she did make an appearance in the men's Royal Rumble. So, yeah, a very good match indeed.
Yeah, she made an appearance in the Royal Rumble, was it the previous year?
Yeah.
And, you know, eliminated a Great Khali. And then, of course, she made an appearance in the Women's Royal Rumble 2 years ago?
Yep.
Where she got her head split open. The back of her head split open. That was...
Oh. That goes to show you how tough she is.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But, I mean, Glamorella lives on in our hearts forever.
Exactly. 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. We've got, oh god, let's see here. Jack Swagger, Christian, Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, and Unico
Yep.
against
Mason Ryan.
Ryan, Sheamus, Randy Orton, Sin Cara, and Kofi.
Yeah, this was Team Barrett versus Team Orton, and this was a pretty good match. You know, you have the two guys that were in Nexus, and Barrett and Mason, and I really wish Mason Ryan would have went somewhere.
Mason Ryan was a member of the Core, not the Nexus.
Oh. Well, anyways, I still wish he would have went somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't go further in WWE.
And then Kofi Kingston. I mean, this match was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it was a double team at one point. It was Cody and I can't remember who it was. And Cody did the crossroads to, I believe it might have been Mason. I'm not quite sure, but anyways, Wade Barrett ended up winning the whole match. And it's just, you know. Again, here's a guy that was a wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
Stu Bennett had every potential in the WWE as Wade Barrett. He had the physique. He had the look. I guess it's the same thing. He had the attitude. But what the fuck did you people give him? Bad News Barrett. But once again, he took chicken shit and made chicken salad.
Yeah.
And then he was the bare knuckle brawler. Then he became King Barrett.
Yeah.
The guy could have had a WWE or World Heavyweight Championship. But yes, I get it. He was the Intercontinental Champion a bunch of times. And that's fine for what it was. But the opportunity.
Yeah.
Look, we have to have John Cena squash him in a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
We can't just have a match where Barrett goes over and wins the championship. And he's had many good matches with Randy Orton, John Cena, name it.
Yep.
You know, the Barrett Barrage could have had a lengthy career as a champion. And I get it, not every wrestler in the WWE has to have a championship.
Right, yeah.
I mean, yes, he was the Intercontinental Champion. I get that, alright, whatever.
Right.
I even think it was the Tag Team Champion at some point. I don't know. But you look at somebody like Wade Barrett, and you think what could have been, wasn't. And yes, I get it. I wouldn't want to see him with that damn spinning belt either. But at least he could have been world champion.
Yeah. The thing about this Survivor Series match is it seemed to be the members of each team had a one-on-one rivalry with somebody. Because, like, Unico and Sin Cara were kind of feuding. Randy Orton and Barrett were having their thing. Sheamus and Cody were feuding.
It's kind of funny now that I think about it, but that's a different story.
Okay. Yeah, all 5 guys on each team seemed to have squared off with somebody who was in a rivalry heading into the match, so that kind of made it an interesting dynamic.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this was a good match. It's just, you could have pushed some of these wrestlers.
True.
More than others.
Yeah.
And I just don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either.
Mason Ryan didn't last very long, and I get that, but at least you could have given Wade Barrett the career that he could have had in WWE. But you want to look at it this way, he's doing commentary on NXT with Beth Phoenix.
True. It's really odd to me, though, to think, out of all 10 guys in this match, only 3 of them are still active in WWE today. Sheamus, Randy, Kofi.
Yeah.
Everybody else is either in another company or doing other things or whatever the fuck else.
Well, yeah, like, what the fuck happened to Unico? I mean, yeah, he was Sankara for a while,
Yeah.
you know? It's kind of crazy how it works.
Yeah.
So... guys that are AEW bound. Got the World Heavyweight Championship. You've got two behemoths. You've got Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, versus the Big Show.
Yeah. These two, holy Christ. Talk about the definition of a club ring.
Oh God.
These two, it seemed to be like, alright, we're two big dudes that can throw hands and, beat the shit out of each other. Let's do it. And these guys would just brutalize each other.
Yeah, I mean, you got their first match. I can't remember. It might have been on a SmackDown or whatever. They broke the fucking ring.
Yes.
No, that was Vengeance.
Yeah, that was Vengeance.
They had the second match with Vengeance. They broke the ring.
Yeah.
So, let's do this match. This match was very good. And yes, they're two big guys that you don't know how good of a match they're gonna have, but they really beat the shit out of each other.
Oh yeah, hands
And
down.
God, Mark Henry bulldozed Big Show through the barricade.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful. And that's one of the 2 times in this show where you get to see a tribute to Macho Man. You've got Paul White, a 7-foot tall man, on the turnbuckle, doing a flying elbow.
Yeah.
The fucking insanity.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, this was a disqualification.
Yes.
Yeah. It was cool to see Mark Henry as the world champion, though.
True. One thing that I remember, though, was quite a number of years ago. There's a table for 3. It had Mark Henry, Big Show, and Kane. And they were talking about just how strong Mark is and how he can, pack up either one of them and just, carry them and hold them. And it's like, wow. You got, Kane at 325, let's say. Big Show at 385, I'll say. And just carrying them like a small child. Friggin' insane.
And what's cool, though, is that Paul and Mark are, the best of friends.
Oh yeah, they're like brothers practically.
Exactly, and it's very cool to see that.
Yeah.
So now you have this match for the WWE title. You've got CM Punk versus Alberto Del Rio! And this was cool. Because not only did he have Alberto come out with
Ricardo Rodriguez.
Ricardo Rodriguez, you have CM Punk coming out, and he's like, oh, you have yourself a ring announcer. I'm gonna bring out a ring announcer from Madison Square Garden. And he brings out Howard Finkel.
Yeah.
And just the look on Howard's face. The
Oh,
face
yeah.
overjoyed with tears in his eyes. And, just announcing CM Punk. And it was like, it's just one of those things that, man, I really miss that voice.
Oh yeah.
But this was a really good match, too. And I mean, Alberto basically started the match off, and, they wrestled on the outside as well. And then, of course, you have CM Punk, who I believe at this night was also decked out in Macho Man gear.
I believe so,
He
yeah.
had the pink tights and yellow knee pads. And
Yeah.
he even did his own version of the Macho Man elbow drop, which he used a lot in WWE.
Yeah.
And so this was good. I mean, you thought Alberto was going to win, but, you know, CM Punk gave him the Anaconda Vice and
Yep.
new WWE champion and just celebrating on the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a shame that it didn't last for as long as it should have. I mean, he won it again, and then he held on to it for almost a year.
Yep.
Thanks to Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
But this was still a good match. I mean, as much of a troublemaker as Alberto is, you know, he was a good wrestler. And the first Mexican-born WWE champion.
Yes.
And it's funny because I heard, and I don't know why it didn't happen, but they could have had Tito Santana as the first Mexican WWE champion.
Potentially, yes.
But things happened the way they did. But this was a really good match.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now we go on to the tag team match. You got The Rock and John Cena against Miz and R-Truth.
Yep.
The things that they had Miz and Truth doing at this point was like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, you have them friggin' beat up. The hell was it? In the cage?
Yes, and Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. And just them seeming to have like a gripe, a hatred against either the company or the fans or I can't even remember what the fuck it was. And Cena wanting Rock to be his partner for this match. Of course, they were heading into WrestleMania this year for their match, and I mean the match itself was good, but like the way they got into the match, the lead up was just so weird.
Well, yeah, and in a special, like, apology video, and, you know, them using their real names as Mike Mizanin and Ron Killings, and it was almost like they wanted to be real.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but anyways, yeah, this was a good match for what it was, and I mean, The Rock and John Cena really were a good tag team.
Mm-hmm.
They really worked with each other, and I mean, so did R-Truth and The Miz. And this is a time where R-Truth was taken seriously. Yeah, he still did his rapping thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that was, you know, okay, fine, but he still was an ass kicker. He still had that edge to him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on in his brain now, but whatever.
Yeah.
But this was a fairly good match, and we all knew that John Cena and The Rock would win this match, go over, and that was fine. And then The Rock gave a rock bottom to John Cena to close out the show, and it's like, really? Did you really have to do that now?
Yeah.
So, I'm sure we'll talk about the shit show that was once in a lifetime.
Mm.
But this was a pretty good Survivor Series. And like I said, it is one of my personal favorites. You know, it's just one of those things where it's like, A, it was in Madison Square Garden, and B, you know, the matches were pretty stellar.
Yeah.
And it's kind of unfortunate that you don't have, you know, a lot of the wrestlers like Wade Barrett or Eve Torres or Mason Ryan wrestle.
Yeah.
But just a majority of guys that still go, like John Morrison and Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus, and many, many more.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very good show, and yeah, it's unfortunate that a lot of the people on this show really aren't in WWE right now. I mean, okay, you think about it. Dolph's still there. Morrison came back. Like I said, you know, Sheamus, Randy, Kofi, Miz, Truth are the only ones that are still in the company from, you know, this show.
Yeah.
Crazy, but it's the way it is.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we managed to do it. Yeah, and I think we did 3 reviews in the same night, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure we have, yeah.
But this was good, and I mean, I wanted to do the 3rd one, and I knew we were going to talk about 97 in 2001 anyways. So.
Yeah.
Very good shows.
Yep.
You know, very good to go back to memory lane as always. But so next week we will talk about Full Gear, and then the week after that we'll do another double episode. We've got Turning Point and the Survivor Series.
Right.
So it's gonna be another stacked few weeks because we will go back to look back at year edition 1995.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. Anyways, from me, Matt, this is Killer Kyle.
Bye.
Deuces.